I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero is officially 1 year old today. That is right. The 1 year anniversary, the official 1 year anniversary of this game today is October 11th. So exactly 1 year ago today, we actually got the official full complete release for everyone. Okay, this is not early access. Early access was like, I think like 5 days you had. So, I mean, if I'm being honest, people beat the game within that time. So by the time that this actually dropped for everyone and you could just go out and buy it, no problem. People had already beaten the game. They were already online beating each other's asses. And, you know, we were all having a good time for the most part. And then within like less than a month, you know, the player base just went explosion. So, yeah, what are they doing, right? What is Bandai Namco and Spike Chunsoft doing for the 1 year anniversary? It's something real exciting, right? Something that is, you know, something we've been waiting for a long time. You know, 1 year to celebrate this game that has over 5.5 million copies sold. What are they doing? To celebrate the 1 year anniversary of Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, we're giving a copy of the game to 5 fans. They're giving away 5 copies to their 2 million followers, people that follow them. To enter, you just gotta follow Bandai Namco and reply with your favorite Sparking Zero fighter. This is what we get. This is what we're getting for the 1 year anniversary. Now, let me just be completely realistic here, okay, and honest. I was not expecting them to drop anything really all that crazy, right? It didn't have to be like a brand new character. I mean, it would have been nice, right? Or a new stage, or like new customization features, or anything like that. You know, the shit that we've been asking for the past fucking year, right? It didn't even really have to be that. But even with the console games, they do something, a little bit of something. Like for Xenoverse 2, for example, they'll do like a raid. Okay, they'll do a raid, and it'll have like some of the better unlockables, more premium stuff, like an outfit, or like a special Super Soul, or some artwork, or something, right? And again, that's Xenoverse 2, that's a different game, right? I think in Dragon Ball FighterZ, they would throw out some special like little lobby avatar. It was like the glowing version of it. I don't know. They had like these special ones that they would do, and they would give out like Zenny and stuff. As far as I can tell, Sparking Zero did none of that. It's just more of, hey, buy our game again, or here, you can get the game again. If you like the game that much, you can have it again, right? That's basically what it is. Because here, this is what the Dragon Ball official site actually posted, okay, on their Twitter. They just said, it's been 1 year since Dragon Ball Sparking Zero was launched. What do they do for it? Tell us your favorite characters to use and which ones you'd like to try out. Again, it's just for 1 year, all right, for our anniversary, what we're going to give to you guys is a question. That's awesome. So they actually did another thing. This is with Kazunoko. I went over this, you know, a few days ago. And if you guys don't know who Kazunoko is, he's a pro, I think he's a pro fighting game player. He's got a YouTube channel where he live streams and stuff. And what he did was a character challenge, and people were like speculating, oh, is this like a new game mode, like a I can't even speak, a survival mode or something like that. That wasn't the case. Basically, he fought against 3 other people, and I think they had like, I don't know if it was like 15, 20 characters that they used each or something like that. But yeah, to achieve 50 characters as a bonus, 1 additional winner will receive the Super Deluxe Edition, and a total of 5 winners will get luxurious prizes, okay? So this is an ongoing campaign that's going to last until tomorrow. And all it is once again, it's just you can get the game again. It's like these are just like giveaways of the fucking game, which, okay, that's great for people that don't have the game. Okay. And I mean, all he did was in his stream, he just went into, I think it was like single battle online, and he fought 3 of them just to see how many characters he could use. I don't remember what the result was. I'm going to be honest. I don't even give a fuck what the result was, because this was kind of, you know, nothing, all right? We're watching somebody play the game for the 1 millionth time. We've seen people play the game enough, right? We play the game ourselves, right? So this is kind of, again, it's just pointless. So that's what they're doing. This is the 1 year anniversary for Sparking Zero. And again, you're never, for the console games like this, usually, at least for the Dragon Ball games, you're never going to get something like the mobile games have. Like Legends and Dokkan, that's when they're trying to make the most amount of money for their games, is during special celebrations, and it's usually going to be their, anniversaries, right? So new characters, new campaigns, new everything, right? And I guess you could argue that DLC 3, the the Daima Pack 2 or whatever, with Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Vegeta and all that shit, right? That was only about 2 or 3 weeks ago by now. It was at the very end of September they dropped it. So you can make the argument that, that was their anniversary, okay? It was dropping those characters with the free stage and stuff. But at the same time, it's like, I personally don't see it that way. I'm just saying you can make that argument because it was so close to the release so close to just the anniversary in general. But again, we already paid for these characters. This comes with the season pass, right? We already paid for this shit a year ago whenever this dropped, right? And it's also the 1-year anniversary of Dragon Ball Daima as well. So again, you can kind of say it is, but it's not really. Like, for example, Xenoverse 2, they usually drop a big DLC release, usually in late October / early or even mid-November, okay? And usually those have some of the most hype characters. And that's around the same exact time that Xenoverse 2 has its anniversary, right? Xenoverse 2 is going to be coming up on its 9-year anniversary, I believe at the very end of this month, which also is when exactly, okay, on the 30th is also whenever the DLC for Future Saga Chapter 3 is going to be releasing. So, again, in a sense, you could argue and say, oh, well, that's kind of their anniversary, but it's like, not really. It's just not, like, when I think of an anniversary campaign, at least for the console games, you do something where it's like, oh, there's an event or like a special thing where you can accumulate and, get rewards or unlockables or something like that, right? And I think the best thing that they could have done, and this is just throwing out an idea, right? And they could do this probably at any point in time if whenever they feel like it. If they don't do it, I'm just saying it's dumb, right? Like, where's Gohan Black, bro? Where the fuck is Gohan Black? This game has been out for 1 year. They never let us unlock the character in the game. And here we are 1 year later, and we still do not have him as a playable character. And there's nothing that they have to do for him. His files are already there, and he's nothing really all that different from Goku Black. He's basically a Goku Black skin with a couple of, small changes, right? His attacks are like a different color. They're like slightly different. Instead of going Rose, he goes Ultimate Rose or whatever the fuck you want to call it. It's just Ultimate form, but he's got a Rose kind of aura, right? And I mean, that's it. Like, they could just have that as like an outfit for Goku Black if they wanted to, and it would have been fine. Like, it's just nice to have had him playable in the game. And the fact that we're still here a year later and none of the NPC characters that were in the story mode are playable. I'm talking, you can't use Super Saiyan Goku early from his What If, or Vegeta early Super Saiyan from his What If. You can't even use the, obviously if you can't use Gohan Black, you can't use the Zamasu Gohan Black, which all it is just he's got a different hairstyle, which is cool. I mean, that's cool. Could have been an outfit, right? Something like that. There are a few characters that were part of special What Ifs that were exclusive to the story mode that you weren't able to unlock as like special presets or outfits, which that really does take away from games like these. And even back in the day, like Budokai, for example, is had a similar issue. Like, there are Dragon Ball games that kind of had this issue, and Budokai, for example, remember Cellin, the What If, where he like, what is it? Cell absorbs Krillin on accident, and he becomes like a small orange-colored Cell. It looked like a Cell Jr. You could never unlock that as a playable character, as far as I can remember. Xenoverse 2 also has a couple of characters that you can't play as. Like, for example, Rage Trunks, which that's just regular DBS Super Saiyan Trunks, but he's got like a different aura and the wide-out eyes. That was the only thing that was really missing. But, I mean, yeah, you could never unlock him as a playable thing. And it was only until a little bit more, not recently, but after they showed Fusion Zamasu, as well as, it was the corrupted version. You had Final Form Mira. They were characters that you fought in the story mode and you can unlock them. And now you can, but you can't really use them at any point in time. It's just more of like a, oh, you can only use them in a specific mode, right? So it's like, it's shit like that with these Dragon Ball games that it's just kind of annoying because it's like, why go through the effort of having these there? Like you made the character, they have movesets, they have special things, you know? And even if they're just like reskins of other characters, why can't we unlock them? Right? Why can't we have them as a playable thing? It's just a weird thing, right? And that would have been perfect for this game because when I think of Sparking Zero, right now at least, Gohan Black is kind of like the thing that comes to mind like almost immediately now because it's such a special thing that they did for this game. He's exclusive. He's not in any other game. This is a brand new thing, right? That we've never seen before other than like fan art and like fan theories and shit. But I'm talking about like this is an official thing, part of an official Bandai Namco Toei Animation project. I mean, it's not Toei Animation, but you know what I mean. Like, it's all that part of the same shit. Like, it's all in there. You know, Toriyama's, Bird Studio, Shueisha, all that. Like it had to go through all that shit, and he made it in, right? Gohan Black made it in. So I'm just saying, like, it would be it would have been nice. It would have been nice. Again, I wasn't expecting that. I'm just putting out ideas, right, Bandai? Hey, hire me? No. Nah, bro. Like, the way that they do things, like, it's just these higher-ups, these old fucks at Bandai Namco. I'm not talking about, like, the social media people at all. The social media people are awesome. They're just doing their job. Whoever is at the top at Bandai Namco, and they're like, you know, calling the shots, and, you know, Spike Chunsoft is part of this as well. Not the actual devs, like the individual people who are putting in, you know, hours and hours and hours with how big this dev team is, probably like 5 people. I really don't know. We can't really say. Again, we don't know what goes on behind the scenes. We will never know until they come out and just be like, here, let me show you guys exactly how we're doing all this shit. Because they, as far as I know, they never did that with Spike. Or even really Bandai. So, you know, whoever is the higher up at Bandai and the higher up at Spike Chunsoft, whoever's given the orders, you know, these two companies are just, I don't know what they're doing, bro. I do not know what they're doing, but could have gave us a nice little reward or like an event, right? And I know they give daily rewards, which is like, oh, you get like 30k Zenny and shit, but it's like, great, give us more Zenny that we not gonna use for anything. Everybody has everything unlocked in this game, and they could unlock it 50 times over. You know what I mean? Because of how much Zenny that they have, because there's nothing else that you can do with it. Same thing with Dragon Balls. You get Dragon Balls, you know, every now and then. What are you going to wish for? You have everything. I guess you just wish for Zenny, right? Like, the only way that you're actually going to be utilizing this shit is if you just bought the game today. And then by tomorrow, you probably beat everything, right? You know what I mean? But yeah, I digress. This is just a rant video, kind of just going over, you know, a little thing. It's not a big deal. I'm not losing sleep over it. It's just a little bit disappointing, you know? 1 year later, and the game is just, you know, the same type of shit, right? I mean, good. You're doing gameplay patches. I appreciate that. Keep that going. You know, nothing at all. Nothing at all, just to say, like, hey, you know, we're thinking about you guys for this celebration of 1 year anniversary. You know, that's it's kind of like the thought more than anything. Not, hey, we're gonna give away the copy to people that, you know, like, obviously if I'm following you, Bandai, I'm following all this shit, like, it's probably for Dragon Ball. You know what I mean? Dragon Ball is like one of your biggest games, other than like Elden Ring, right? So I doubt that people want to buy or get this game a second time over, right? Hey, if this was the Switch version, that'd be a little bit different, right? Because, you know, that's a different version of the game. It's going to be playing a little bit differently. So, yeah, maybe, but I don't know. Again, not a big deal or anything. I just wanted to talk about this. I just really want Gohan Black, right? That's all. That's the main reason why I made this video. I would really like to have Gohan Black playable. It'd be cool. All right, guys, y'all take it easy. Happy 1 year anniversary of Sparking Zero. You can follow Bandai Namco and like and retweet this and reply with your favorite Sparking Zero fighter to get a chance, like a 0.00005% chance to get this game out of all the people that followed and retweeted. But yeah, y'all take it easy. Peace out.
This is Broly, and you are watching SLOplays. Make sure to subscribe, or else I'll destroy your entire planet.